Hi, my name is Emma Allen, and for this week's demonstrated speech, I will be demonstrating how to shoot a basketball. I have played basketball since I was younger and still do now, so obviously you need to know how to be able to shoot a basketball, and I think I should be able to demonstrate this and present it well. So when I was younger, I went to this thing called a skills camp, and this is where they just taught you how to shoot, dribble, pass, basically all the basic needs for playing basketball. And the thing I remember from that is learning how to be able to shoot and have the right form. So this is how I will be teaching you guys. The first thing you need to remember when playing basketball and being able to shoot is looking for the goal and being ready to shoot. So you always want to, what they call it, square up, which is looking towards the goal, and also not just like getting past and passing it back. You want to have that shot if it's open. If it's open, you can shoot it, but if not, you just want to be ready for it. Okay, the first thing in learning to shoot a basketball is the position called a triple threat, which you should always be in, which is basically being ready for that shot and just ready for the shot. Basically, it is where your feet are shoulder width apart and then your knees are bent. And this is called a triple threat because you can shoot, pass, and dribble. And for this, I will be showing you guys how to shoot, but that's just basically what a triple threat is, where you're just like, have your knees bent or your legs bent and your feet shoulder width apart, and you're just ready to get that shot off when you get a pass. And going into that, saying having the legs bent, this is a big thing because if you didn't have your legs bent for a shot, then it wouldn't go as far, which you do want to use your arm strength, but you also want to use your leg strength to help get the ball in a better distance, further basically, and in the right direction. So after that, being in the triple threat position and having your legs bent, the first thing you want to do for working on your shot and learning how to shoot is having your arm out. Now obviously in a game you're not going to do all this stuff, but this helps people who don't know how to shoot or need the better form. So you want to have your arm out in front of your eye, depending what arm you're using for shooting the ball. You don't want it across your body or in front of your face because you can't see the goal, or for whatever reason over here, which I don't think it will be. But you want to have the ball straight in front of when the eye your arm is in front of, and have your arm shoulder width. And for this, this just helps get the ball into the next position, because after this you want to bring your ball into a 90-degree angle or an L shape where your elbow is bent. So after this position, you bring it up here, and then this helps with getting the shot in a higher form, or kind of with a spin, kind of. But you don't want it across your face, the ball across your face, because you can't see the goal where you're shooting at. And you also don't want it way out here. And one other thing, you don't want it too high, because, I don't know if you can see that, but you don't want the ball too high, just because that's not the right form, and it is kind of harder to shoot like this. And where if it was too low, it's kind of like a pass. If you're trying to shoot this, you would have to get the ball up, and whereas right here, you have the ball at a perfect place for it. Also, when in this position, you want to make sure your fingers are on the tip. All your fingertips are on the tip of the ball. You don't want to have your palm straight on the ball. This can affect the spin of your shot and make it weird and go in different directions. Whereas if your fingertips are on the tip of the ball, this helps get a good spin and more likely to go into the goal. And when making sure that your palm isn't straight on the ball, you want to make sure you leave a space where some people say 2 to 3 fingertips in between the ball, and this helps get the right space you need for the ball. After this, after bringing the ball up here, the next thing you can do is just practice your shot on your own or whatever. You can just practice. Obviously, you're not going to shoot with one hand, but this helps get a good spin and get a right direction for the ball. But the next thing you could, obviously, like I said, you're not going to shoot with one hand. You want to have this thing which is called a guide hand. This is the opposite hand that you don't normally shoot with and you're not as dominant with. You have it placed on a different side of the ball. You don't want it in front of your the ball because that just makes it hard to shoot, and not on top because it affects the spin of the ball. But you want it like right on the side where the ball, where this hand is on the bottom and this hand is on the side. This, like I said, is called a guide hand. So you don't like shoot with two hands, but you just use this other hand that you're not really shooting with to guide the ball. And so obviously after that, you know all the basic needs for shooting a basketball. And so at home or in gym or wherever you are, you can just practice all these steps and get a better shot. And so that was my demonstrative speech, and thank you for listening.